Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a chilling list. Top 10 shocking true crime stories that went viral. These are the cases that gripped the internet, shocked the world, and left people glued to their screens. Some of these stories are wild, some are tragic, and some are just plain terrifying. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. And before we get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which story shocked you the most. Now, let's jump in. Number 10. The case of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Starting off our list is the unbelievable story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. This case is like something out of a horror movie. Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, convinced the world that Gypsy was seriously ill. We're talking leukemia, muscular dystrophy, and even needing a wheelchair and feeding tube. But here's the twist. Gypsy wasn't sick at all. Dee Dee had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a condition where a caregiver makes up or exaggerates an illness in someone they care for. After years of abuse and manipulation, Gypsy had enough. In 2015, she and her online boyfriend, Nicholas Gaujon, planned and carried out Dee Dee's murder. When the truth came out, the internet exploded. Gypsy was both a victim and a criminal, and people were torn on how to feel about her. She's now serving a 10-year sentence, but this story still haunts people to this day. Number 9. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann. You've probably heard of this one. In 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared from a holiday resort in Portugal while her parents were at dinner just 50 yards away. The world went into a frenzy trying to figure out what happened to her. The case went viral because of the bizarre twists and the sheer scale of the investigation. There were countless suspects, conspiracy theories, and even accusations against Madeleine's own parents. To this day, Madeleine has never been found, and the mystery continues to fascinate and frustrate people worldwide. This case really brought to light how quickly a child can vanish, even under the watchful eyes of loving parents. Number 8. The murder of Shannon Watts and her daughters. This case shook the world in 2018. Chris Watts seemed like the perfect family man. But behind closed doors, he was having an affair and wanted a fresh start. What he did to achieve that left people horrified. Chris brutally murdered his pregnant wife, Shannon, and their 2 young daughters, Bella and Celeste. He then disposed of their bodies in the most chilling way imaginable, burying Shannon in a shallow grave and putting his daughters in oil tanks at his worksite. The reason this case went viral? Chris's calm, almost emotionless interviews pleading for their return before his arrest. The documentary American Murder, The Family Next Door, showed just how shocking and heartbreaking this case was. Number 7. The Cecil Hotel and Elisa Lam. This one is straight out of a horror story. In 2013, Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student, mysteriously disappeared while staying at the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. A few weeks later, her body was found in a water tank on the hotel's roof. How did she get there? What made this case go viral was the eerie elevator footage released by police. Elisa was seen acting strangely, almost as if she was hiding from someone or something. Her erratic behavior fueled wild theories. Was it murder, mental illness, or something supernatural? The Cecil Hotel itself has a dark history of crime and death, which only added to the mystery. The case remains unsolved, but it's one of the internet's most chilling true crime rabbit holes. Number 6. The Tiger King Saga, Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin. Let's switch gears a bit with a crime story that took the world by storm in 2020. Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness introduced us to the wild world of big cat owners. But at the heart of it was a bitter feud between Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin. Joe Exotic, a flamboyant zookeeper, ended up behind bars for plotting to kill Carole Baskin, an animal rights activist. But that wasn't the only shocking part. The internet went wild with theories that Carole herself might have been involved in the mysterious disappearance of her husband, Don Lewis. This saga was like a train wreck you couldn't look away from. A bizarre mix of murder for hire, exotic animals, and reality TV-level drama. Number 5. The Slender Man Stabbing. In 2014, A story went viral that was as disturbing as it was tragic. Two 12-year-old girls, Anissa Weier and Morgan Geyser, lured their friend, Peyton Leutner, into the woods and stabbed her 19 times. Their reason? To appease the fictional character Slender Man. The internet was horrified that young girls could believe in an online myth so deeply that they'd commit a brutal crime. Thankfully, Peyton survived the attack. But the case sparked discussions about internet culture, mental health, and how far belief in a story can go. This one is a chilling reminder of the power of the internet and how fantasy can sometimes blur dangerously with reality. Number 4. The death of Kenneka Jenkins. In 2017, 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins was found dead inside a hotel freezer in Chicago. Her death sparked outrage, confusion, and endless speculation online. The night before, Kenneka had been at a party with friends. The hotel's security footage showed her wandering alone, seemingly disoriented, through the hotel halls. When her body was discovered, people questioned everything. How did she end up in the freezer? Were her friends involved? Was there foul play? The case went viral as people across social media tried to play detective. Ultimately, her death was ruled an accident, but many people still believe there's more to the story. Number 3. The Chris Benoit murder-suicide. This one rocked the world of professional wrestling. In 2007, WWE star Chris Benoit killed his wife, Nancy, and their 7-year-old son, Daniel, before taking his own life. The shocking part was how fans first learned about it. The news broke during a WWE tribute to Benoit, before the full details were known. When it was revealed what actually happened, the wrestling world was horrified. The case raised serious questions about brain injuries, as Benoit was later found to have severe brain damage from years of wrestling. This tragic story showed the dark side of professional sports and went viral for all the wrong reasons. Number 2. The Pizza Bomber Heist. This is one of the most bizarre true crime stories ever. In 2003, pizza delivery man Brian Wells walked into a bank in Erie, Pennsylvania, with a bomb strapped around his neck. He handed the teller a note demanding $250,000. Moments later, the bomb exploded, killing him. What followed was a twisty, unbelievable investigation. It turned out that Brian had been forced to commit the robbery by a group of criminals in an elaborate, deadly scavenger hunt. The story went viral, especially after Netflix released Evil Genius, a documentary that revealed just how mind-blowing this case really was. Number 1. The case of Gabby Petito. Finally, the number 1 shocking true crime story that went viral. The case of Gabby Petito. In 2021, Gabby, a 22-year-old travel blogger, went missing while on a cross-country road trip with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. Her disappearance captured global attention, especially because Gabby and Brian had been sharing their trip on social media. When Brian returned home alone and refused to talk to police, the internet exploded with theories and outrage. Sadly, Gabby's remains were found, and it was determined she'd been murdered. Brian later died by suicide, leaving behind a note confessing to her murder. This case highlighted the power of social media in solving crimes, but it also sparked important conversations about domestic violence. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment on which story shocked you the most. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.